Go.
Well, we're up here in Tallahassee visiting my grandson. The bug got on my eye. We're going to start over. Get away, bugs.
We'll reset it. Okay.
Did you bring that bug with you?
No. Starting now.
Well, we're up here in Tallahassee, Florida, visiting my grandson, Andrew, and it's been an exciting time. You can see we're at the statue of Bobby Bowden here in front of the stadium, the FSC stadium, and I've got to tell you the story of what happened this week. We came in and we picked up Andrew and we were riding, and I said, "Boy, I'd sure like to see Bobby Bowden." And my daughter Jennifer, she says, "Oh, we got a statue down there, you go buy a statue." I said, "I don't want to go buy a statue, I want to see Bobby Bowden." They laughed, you know. So we went in and we were shopping, and we went into a store called Garnet and Gold. It's owned by Guy Moore, and I didn't know him from anything. We were in there and he just happened to come up to us and help us, and I told him my hero, and when I think about Florida State, I think about Bobby Bowden. He's Florida State to me, and of course this Mr. Moore said, "Yeah, well, because he's a football icon. We're standing in front of his statue. I mean, everyone knows about him in football, but he's my hero because of his Christianity, and he's bold in the Lord. He's not ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ, because it's the power of God unto salvation." And he said, "Bobby just wrote a new book on faith." And I said, "Oh man, I want it." We went over there to the front end, and I said, "Well, thank you for showing me that." He says, "Do you want me to have Bobby sign it?" And I says, "Yeah." Well, then I figured he just wasn't a clerk in there or something. I said, "You must be a manager in here or something." And he said, "I'm the owner." And I said, "Yeah, I'd be glad if you could sign it." And then he said to me, he said, "Better yet, how'd you like to meet him?" I said, "What?" And he said, "How'd you like to meet him?" He said, "I'll try to arrange it." Well, by the grace of God, why he did this, I can't explain it actually, other than the providence of God. But anyway, he said, "I'll try to get hold of him," and he did. And the next day in the morning, about 8:30, 9 o'clock, whatever, he says, we're gonna go. You're gonna personally meet Bobby Bowden today at his house at 3 o'clock. Wow. So Andrew and I got to meet Bobby Bowden personally. What a gracious man, what a wonderful man. And of course we talked a little about football, but we talked more about the Lord than about football, because you know, Bobby, you won't believe this, many, but Bobby Bowden cares more about the Lord than he does about football. In fact, when we were there, he said, you know, Pastor, when I go to he trained coaches and he did things with coaches, but he said, you know what I tell them? Don't make football your God. Don't make football your God. And of course, he always put God before football. And what a wonderful thing that we could talk with him. And I told Coach Bowden that, you know, Coach, you got a statue. We're standing in front of it. You've got all of that. You've got all of the national championships and 377 wins, I believe, and went to all kinds of bowl games and won 22 of them, and on and on. I says, but you know, all of that glory fades and it's gone. But the rewards for all the football players and all the people you influence for Christ and won to Christ personally, that's the big thing. So that's my little story on Bobby Bowden, and it was a blessing to me and to my grandson, Andrew, and I thought you'd like to hear about it. Thank you.